People ask, why am I not more professional? Why do I think anyone can do this just in a t-shirt? You don't even wear a suit. I'm gonna explain exactly why in this video. You might be surprised. What's up? Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader here, answering so many questions, trying to help you understand what the beautiful part of trading is all about. The downside, the good side, everything in between. This is trading. There's so many fakes these days with random screen names, with random profit screenshots. Do me a favor. If you're gonna learn from somebody, ask one for their real name, show me like who you actually are, not just some random screen name. Two, show me all your trades. Ideally a decade or two. Don't give me 1, 2, 3 years of trading. Don't give me random profit screenshots. You will hear excuses galore. So for me, I wear a t-shirt, okay? I'm not professional. Sometimes I swear, sometimes I have typos, sometimes my grammar is not perfect. I don't have time for BS. The beautiful thing about being real in this industry is that I'm looking for dedicated students, not fake students, okay? A lot of people in my industry have fake testimonials, like, oh, I turned 10,000 into 5 million. Just believe this one profit screenshot. Are you serious? Come on. Show every single trade. That's what me and my top students do. And why do we not have suits? Why don't we, treat this like a true profession? Because we can do whatever we want. It's all up here in our heads. That's what trading is all about. Tim Grittani, my top student, turned 1,500 into over 11 million. You can see all of his trades. I'm going to post a link just below to all of his trades so you can see. And you'll be shocked if you go through Tim Grittani's trades, especially his early trades where he's making or losing 10 or 20 bucks. This is why some people who rip on my students who have small accounts and they're like, you pay Sykes all this money to learn how to make 20 bucks? Yes, because making $20 or losing $20 in the beginning is part of the process. Then you learn the patterns that work best for you. You learn the rules, you size up later on. Tim Grittani is now over 11 million in profits, but he made nothing his first 9 months. What does he wear? Guess what Tim Grittani wears? Let's leave comments below. Let's see if you guys know what is Tim Grittani's favorite shirt say on it, okay? Let's see if you can guess how professional Tim Grittani is. But Tim Grittani wears a lot of t-shirts. He wears a lot of just like gym shorts. Me too, okay? We've actually traveled together. We've been to Bali. We've been to the Maldives together. We've been to Italy and Switzerland and France together. Like, we've taken a lot of trips, him and his beautiful wife, and now he's got a baby too. Pretty amazing that the most successful students that I have and many of the most successful traders out there, it doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter if you're not professional. In fact, most of the professionals who have like these $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 suits, they're full of crap. They're like, here's why China's gonna do this. Here's why the economy's gonna do this. And they're playing complete guessing games, but they give a good pitch and they get other people to invest in them. Me and my top students, we don't care what other people think. We don't care if you want to invest in us or not. We don't trade for anybody else. That's the beautiful thing with trading. You get to choose. If you like $10,000 suits, by all means, if you become a successful trader, buy a $10,000 suit. What I find is that most of my top students and I are very laid back. Jack Kellogg, he might not be a millionaire student yet, but he's one of my newest challenge students who just passed $400,000 in profits. I think it's his year 3 of being my student. And he's made like $240,000 in the first 4 months of 2020. So he's made the majority of his money at a much quicker speed than at any other time. Same thing with Matt Monaco. Both of them are upcoming challenge students, and their friend Kyle Williams. The three of them are all challenge students. I'm gonna post a link just below if you want to apply for my challenge. That's where all my top students are coming from. All three of these guys, very laid back. Jack Kellogg, I like to rip on because he has like a chain on the outside of his t-shirt. And I met him at my conference and I was like, why are you wearing your chain on the outside of your shirt? Is this like an ode to the Night of the Roxbury? And he's like, what's a Night of the Roxbury? He's too young to even know that movie. Matt Monaco just graduated college and he's made 30 grand this month. And he was like, I gotta pack. I'm conflicted because I'm packing, but I'm making like 2-3 grand a day. That's a good problem to have. So these are just a few students, a few examples of people wearing t-shirts or chains on the outside of their shirts, but like this is the beautiful thing about being real. There's so, like, you don't even know how many fakes there are. You always hear me say, oh yeah, it's good to be real. There's, a lot of fakes out there. But like, if I actually took the time to expose all of the fakes in this industry, I would have no life whatsoever. I would not be able to trade at all because almost everybody is fake and they're not, necessarily ethical, for lack of a better word, right? Like these fakes lure you in with their fancy suits. There's fakes who pretend to speak at Harvard. Let's just go into that. There's a guy, apparently, and I just found this out because several, traders and financial advisors have been like speaking at Harvard, and you're like, this doesn't look like Harvard. Like I've actually spoken at Harvard. I've actually been invited by Harvard University to speak there. You can Google Timothy Sykes, Harvard. You can see my speech. They let me record it. It's not the most professional video because, I'm just not professional. These other people who claim to speak at Harvard, like it's like HD, they have like multiple camera angles, everyone's clapping so perfectly, and it looks like an infomercial because it is. There's a guy out there, and I don't even know the names, I don't even care. There's a guy who pretends to get you in to speak at Harvard, and everybody in the audience gets their little time up at the mic, and they get to speak and promote their own business, and then they go into the audience and everyone does it, and it's like a day of filming and it's all fake Harvard speeches. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is what's going on. And there are several financial advisors, stockbrokers, traders who claim to have spoken at Harvard when in fact they're fake. And they all have their fancy suits and they're all like thumbs up smiling, and it's all an infomercial. You have to be very careful these days about what's real and what's not. So when people say like, oh, you should swear less, you should look for typos, you should dress up. And I'm like, none of that matters. Number one, I want to show you that I'm real. Number two, this is actually how I am. This is how I dress. I have too much stuff going on to worry about all that other stuff. If that turns you off, by all means, don't learn from me. You do me a favor. People who care about that stuff usually make pretty crappy students. So I'm not trying to get as many students as possible. I'm trying to weed out the bad ones. And by me being real and honest, and yes, I swear too much, I'm sorry. I speak to a laptop the majority of my day. It just helps me. It helps me choose good students who understand, oh, this is a strategy that can change your life if you take it seriously. If you ignore these rules, you'll probably fall into the 90% of traders who lose money. That's the reality of the situation. If you want to go trust somebody with like a $10,000 suit and fake Harvard speeches, by all means, do it. You'll probably come back with your tail between your legs, as many of my students have done. I get a lot of students where they lose $5, $10, $20, $50, $100,000 from these fakes. And then when they come back to me, they're better students because they realize how damaging bad and fake information is. So if you have to do that, by all means do it. Whatever it takes to get you to study my rules and follow my instructions to a T. That's all I'm looking for. And then you get to choose if you want to wear a t-shirt or a suit or, nothing, right? Like if you do a lot of crunches and you just want to be like Matthew McConaughey and just show off your abs all the time, by all means do that. The beautiful thing about trading is that you can live from anywhere. You can do it from anywhere. I love trading from Europe. I wish this quarantine I was in Europe, okay? That would have been nice. Instead, I'm stuck here in LA getting up at 5, 6 in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I'll be real with you about that. I'm not making excuses. I'm not whining. I just want to tell you what works for me because I've learned to refine over 20 plus years. If there was no quarantine, in the summer, I almost always go to Europe. I'm spoiled. But the reason why, not just because the food is better, the people are nicer, but because the time zone. I get to wake up at noon or 1 p.m. when living in Italy, as I often go to every summer in the past. The stock market in the US doesn't open till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's a nice way to live. You get to choose the way that you live. And me as a teacher, I'm just gonna be real with you. If I offend you, if you doubt me, just do not join my challenge. Save me, save yourself time. I'm looking for dedicated, real students only. That's why I can be real. That's why I can share my students' real names with real photos and the real money, sharing every single trade that they've done, just like I share it. I'm gonna post a link to all my trades too. If you think I'm fake, I love to know which one of my trades, which one of my rules is fake. I'm still waiting. I have some critics and they're like, you're a fake. And I'm like, which rule do you disagree with? Which one of my 20 plus years of trading data Like, which trade is fake? I love to hear conspiracy theories. But again, this is me being real. I'm gonna go make some more videos, and I'll see you if you're serious about your education. If you're not, get off my page.